Previously on Talk That Talk. I don't know, when I was watching the Roland Martin thing, it was a little bit triggering for me. On the strength of, I've experienced that before. Like it's not like this is just like a phantom situation that just happens in this exclusively at FAMU. Like, I've experienced that sentiment, getting a cold box lunch after hella performances, and then getting back on a bus, and driving or riding for an extensive amount of time. Like, I've experienced that situation. Have you all experienced something like that before?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. But I've also experienced both sides of the spectrum. I've also experienced the kind of bad side of it. I've also experienced where they just flown out the drum section, the box, and they gave us per diems. So I've experienced both. Yeah. But we worked that hard. Like, think about it, y'all. Like, we saying that it's not a sport, but like, the average bandsman at that time of us marching was practicing longer than the football team.
Right.
So the average person that was in the band, we were up 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning and still made it to class. The average band person was we was all broke. You know what I'm saying? And we had to make it happen. And what's funny is, as I'm thinking about this story, the worst things that we went through, we laugh about it now, because at that time, just being kids, we were just happy that we was going through it together. Those long bus rides, that was excruciating.
Yeah. I would agree with that, but I also, and I think I've said this and I think it was when we were talking about glazing, but I also think that for us, we also look at it as a rite of passage, right? Like,
right,
we went through it before, so we go through it because that's just what's normal, right? So, I do agree with what you're saying. But here's the other thing: band is absolutely a sport, bro. Like, we're not gonna sugarcoat this. Only reason why I just kind of wanted you to pause is because I wanted you to get to your rest of your thought out. But band is a sport. Let me tell you what happened to me one time, and then I'm gonna let you go ahead and get on your soapbox because I know you want to stand back on it. But this happened to me one time, or a lot of times actually. There were times when we were outside practicing and the football team would be watching us because they were done with practice. They were done with practice and we were still practicing. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can you not put that in the same category as a sport? That doesn't even make sense. But on the flip side of it, I think it's they don't do that for a financial reason. I think that because well, I'll put a pause right there because that's another topic, and I don't want to go into the other topic just yet. All right, Maya, go ahead and get on your soapbox. I'm gonna let you back on.
I mean, it's just literally that. You sweep a field 3 or 4 times over and see if you don't feel like falling the hell out. You sweep a field at 4:45 a.m., go to sectionals, you done PT, you done learn music, this, that, and the third. You try patting your head, rubbing your stomach for 12 hours. You know what I'm saying? 12 hours at a time. It's a goddamn a sport. An activity involving physical exertion and skill in which an individual or team competes against another or others for entertainment, whether you call the shit adjudicated or not. What's the purpose of halftime? What's the purpose of Twitter fingers on YouTube? That whole is somebody is defining a winner, whether it's adjudicated or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is a sport. Band members, dancers, auxiliary members, whatever, athletes. Band as a whole, sport. I don't care which way you cut it. I don't care which organization you're talking about. All of them. The blood, sweat, and tears. If you have never lived a day to make it through band camp in the end, don't talk to me.
Hey, so even to add a scientific aspect of it, a few years ago, there had a young man named Brandon that was a Blue Devil. and they did.
Oh yeah, that when they strapped it to his chest and he was a tentacle. Yeah, go ahead.
So they strapped it to his chest, and then they did their field show. I believe that was the Metamorphosis year. That his heart rate was like over 140 beats per minute. That's a sport.
Period.
Just saying, that's a sport.
And that's the bullshit I be talking about, because people are so quick to say, oh, just get on your horn and play this shit. Or, oh, you know, like, oh, we have this, just get on here and play it. We have somebody coming next week, tomorrow, today. Just get on the field and do it. Like, it's easy. There's nothing easy about getting 100, 250, 20, however many people on the field to do one same thing in a particular type of category and be able to exemplify something that sounds good, is portrayed good, looks good. Like, please, the endurance that it takes. Just we can go down so many different avenues, but absolutely, because at the end of the day, like while you're mainstream quarterback, linesman, whoever the hell is getting help and majoring in damn PT or a human
penny making.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like barely doing the whatever, because they're expected to go to the league and they have a shoe in. The damn kicker, right? Okay, let's call the kicker, right? The kicker, from what I know about football, right? They don't do much. You know what I'm saying? Well, of course, when they do get on the field, they have a big job, fine. 30 seconds and out, fine. Compared to somebody who got to march a damn field show, old school ass field show, 12, 15 minutes, top to bottom. Please. I cannot relate out, and I won't relate, because you treat these bandsmen like they're bottom tier. But at the end of the day, who are you calling when your back is behind the wall and something needs to be done to be able to show some camaraderie for your university? You're calling the damn band. And if shit goes awry, who's to blame? The band. Oh, y'all sounded a mess. Oh, y'all did this, that, and the third. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Like,
let's keep it 100. We was used as distractions for the other team before the swag groups.
Bruh, your football team ain't won in 20 years. Your football team has not won a game in 20 years. But the band does whatever and can't get no funding. The band has upped the market on students that are even coming to your institution. But we can't get no love. We can't get no respect. We can't get whatever. But you want us to be when master call, you better be running at the drop of a hat. Child, please. I'm so over that. But what you're right, Luke. I've been on the left side, star treatment. That's why I had a problem. That's why, you know, when it came down for y'all to call the Fox's bandsman, we was like, what you talking about? No, baby, I'm a star. I'm a star. I get star treatment, as well as being on the very right side of having them damn box lunches, having to have your baby wipes or whatever. Luckily, we had a bus of our own. We didn't have to change in front of band members or whatever. That's when the DMs and the Foxes split buses, right? And the DMs started getting on all the other buses.
That's, I mean, it's about 40 y'all. Y'all are supposed to have your own bus. Can't nobody else fit on the bus.
No, don't do that.
I'm just saying, they be a lot of y'all. They be about 40 y'all.
The auxiliary bus, it used to be the Foxes and the DMs, right? But they would wait for us to do whatever we need to do to be able to, you know, we good. But there have been times where I have experienced having to get off a game and go get on the bus and go straight on the road to go back home, wherever it was. But I've also lived the treatment of, shit, I'm at the top floor of the hotel. I'm eating at the 5-star restaurants.
Y'all eat first.
Period.
My
we had 6 plates and the damn tubas.
Right. My we can't.
The box still trying to get in this bitch.
No, my you
know. We know.
Remember, you got in blue parking. We got into that orange daddy. You got into the blue sweet parking. You just finessed your way into everything.
No finesse is not.
The box.
If it applies. I'm just saying it was very much left spectrum and right spectrum. I've dealt with it all. Thank you.
I get it.
All I'm trying to
now,
say.
let me